All right. Today I just want to add on to the notes that you were asked to take yesterday on the video on YouTube. Those videos can be hit or miss, so I just wanted to make sure that I added to what you might need for your practice today, and that way we'll be in a good shape once I return on Wednesday. So whatever notes you took yesterday, you can add to them on here. I would have titled these notes Relations and Functions. So yesterday, that video talked about 3 different ways to write out ordered pairs. So remember from Algebra 1 that relations is just a fancy term to describe points on a graph, or to describe lines, shapes, functions on a graph. So relations is just the things that we see on a graph. And what that video was doing yesterday is it was taking ordered pairs. I'm just going to do 3. And it was putting it into a table, a map, and a graph. So when we put our values into a table, we list our x values on the left, and then we list their corresponding, oh, and sorry, you were going to want to do these in numerical order, so -2 comes before 1. So I list my x values on the left in numerical order, and then I list their corresponding y values on the right. And again, this is stuff that we did in Algebra 1. So x values and y values, numerical order in a table. X values on the left, y values on the right. That's because x is input, y is output. For mapping, we have same thing. X values go on the left, and the y values that we use go on the right in numerical order. And then I draw lines to represent which number goes with which other number. So which x goes with which y. So numerical order, draw arrows to represent which numbers are going with which. That's mapping. Your arrows are required. And then for graphing, we've done this 1,000 times, but our x tells us how far right or left we're going to go. So we're going to go right 1. And our y tells us how far up or down we're going to go. So we're going to go up 2. So I go right 1 and up 2. That's that point. Left 2 and up 3. Right 6 and up 6. Right there. Okay, so those were the 3 different ways that we can show relations. Actually 4 ways, because coordinate pairs are a way to show them. All right, the next thing they talked about was the domain and the range. So domain is all your x values, so -2, 1, and 6. And range is all your y values, so 2, 3, and 6. So domain is x, range is y. And one thing that the video did not talk about that I just wanted to mention were 2 vocabulary words: discontinuous or discrete. And the other word is continuous. Discrete or discontinuous functions are ones where it's just points. Okay, so discrete and discontinuous is just points that are not connected. Continuous graphs are connected curves or lines. So an example of a continuous function would be our parabolas, it would be our lines, it would be our absolute values. Those are continuous. So these are discontinuous or discrete, and these are examples of continuous functions. All right, the last thing that the video talked about was functions, whether or not something was a function. And this was something that last year we struggled with. So when I return on Wednesday, we're going to be doing stations together for these, just going over them together. But something is a function if x values don't repeat. Another way to say it is x value has only one y value. That creates a function. So for example, for our discrete function up here, for our discrete relation up here, each x value only matches with one y value. There's only one arrow going from it. None of our x values repeat. I have -2, 1, and 6. There's no matches there. Okay, we don't care about the y's when it comes to functions. We just care about the x's. So because no x's repeat, this is a function. This example that I've given you is a function. Now, if any of your x values repeat, it is not a function. And that's for your discrete. That's how you can tell with your discrete relations. When we get to continuous relations, that was the last thing that video talked about. We have to use something called the vertical line test. So what that means is on a graph, let's say they just threw out a random graph at you, okay? Vertical means straight up and down. So if I was to pass my pencil across that graph, if my pencil touches the graph anywhere twice or more than once, it's not a function. So another way to think about it, if I was to draw a line, an invisible line through that function or through that relation, if it touches twice or more than once anywhere, it is not a function. Our shapes are never going to be functions because they're going to touch more than once. So that's what the vertical line test is. If you have a graph and you go vertically anywhere, draw an invisible line, if it touches more than once, it is not a function. We still need to talk about domain and range of these types of graphs. However, I know that's what we struggled with last year, so I do not want to jump on that in a digital lecture that I'm giving you guys to work with. So today, what I want you to focus on when you go to your practice here in a second, I want you to work on representing these relations how they want you to. I want you to work on your domain and range of your discrete functions because those are easy. That's just your x values and your y values. You can tell me whether it's discrete or continuous. Remember, discrete are just disconnected points, but continuous have nice curvy or straight lines that go through them. And then for our discrete and our continuous, you can tell whether or not it's a function. So if it's discrete, we're looking for our x values to only appear once. And for our continuous, we're looking at the vertical line test. If I was to draw a vertical line anywhere, would it touch more than once? So let me just really quick show you what you're going to be working with today, just to practice these. And again, the reason why I'm not spending too much time on that is because you guys did that in Algebra 1. This is review. We're going to be taking a pre-test probably on Wednesday just to see what you remembered from Algebra 1 on this stuff. So today is just practice, and I'll be very clear about what I want from you. So numbers 1 through 4 wants you to determine if it's a function, state the domain, and state the range. So I'm going to do number 1 with you. So if I want to test if it's a function or not, I'm looking to see if any x values repeat. So I have a 1, a -2, a -1, so nothing's repeated yet, but then I have another one right there. Okay, so look, I have an x value of 1 in the first pair, but I have an x value of 1 in the fourth pair. So this is not a function because I have an x value that repeats. Remember, we don't care about the y's when it comes to functions. We just care about whether the x's repeat, and here they do. The next thing you're going to do is list your domain. for discrete functions, that is just your x values. So I'm going to list them in order. -2, -1, 1. That's all my x values. I didn't repeat my 1. I know it repeats. And then my range is all my y values. So I have -2, 0, 2, and 3. So range are all my y values, domain are all my x values. You do not need to write any repeats because that's redundant. So because 1 repeated, I didn't worry about writing it again. So on 1 through 4, that's what you're doing. Is it a function, yes or no? Listing your x values for your domain in numerical order, listing your y values for range in numerical order. All right, then we get to some graphs. This is another way that we can express these. This is 5 through 8 will be a graph. You're doing the exact same thing. So when it says relation, it's asking you to write out your ordered pairs. So I would write out -2, -2, -1, 2, -1, 1, 1, 1 right there. 1, 0 would be that point. 1, 2, 3, -2. And the last point would be 3, 3. So that's just asking you to list it out. For domain, that's all my x values. So -1, -2 would come first numerically, then -1, then 1, then 3. That's all my x's. My range is all my y's. So let's see, -2 is the least, then 0, then 1, then 3. This again is asking if it's a function or not. If you will look, 3's repeat right there. There's a 3, there's a 3 in my x's. 1's also repeat. So this is not a function. If I was to do my vertical line test right there, that line would hit this graph twice in the same spot, there and there, because those points are stacked directly on top of each other. So it is not a function. So that's 5 through 8. 9 through 12 is asking for you to map these and then do those same things we've been doing. So remember, the maps are the ovals. The one thing with mapping is that if you have multiples, you do not write them out. So -2 appears twice, but I don't write it twice. I only write it once. And then I have 0 and 5. Same thing on this side. I have, let's see which one would come first. -1. I'm only going to write 3 once, even though it appears twice, and 4. And then I just draw arrows. So -2 goes with -1, 0 goes with 3, 5 goes with 4, and -2 repeats and goes with 3. So because -2 repeats, it's a cheater. This is not a function. And I'm going to leave it to y'all to write out your x and y values. The last one over here, these graphs, these continuous, these are all continuous, okay? I do not want you worrying about domain and range right now, okay? These two. I just want you telling me if it's a function. So ask yourself, if I was to take a pencil and move it from left to right across that graph, would it touch anywhere twice? If it does, it is not a function. And we will work more with these tomorrow when I get back, okay? So if you need to rewind, get down those foundational notes, add them to the ones you took yesterday, and then you're going to be working on this worksheet. I do not mind if you work on it with a partner. All right, and I want you to keep these. If tomorrow I come back into class and you have not completed any of this, I'm not going to give you a grade for today. Okay, you need to be working on this diligently. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow.